Hello, my name is VSin, and this is a double take of Freedom Wars. Now this game came out on October the 28th, 2014 for the PlayStation Vita in North America. This is, well, Freedom Wars. It's the game that was incredibly hyped up in Japan, and then a whole bunch of people slammed it to the ground after it came out. And, well, it also got an Asia version, and now it has a North American version, as well as a European version that came out around the same time, or it's about to come out, one or the other. So, what this video is about is not to tell you every single little detail. I already did a video of that, of the Japanese version, and to do so again would be kind of redundant. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on what differences in the North American version, as well as highlighting certain things that would directly affect your decision to buy or not buy this game. So the first thing I actually want to do is I just want to sit here. You can see here on the screen. Well, you maybe just saw for a second. You saw Hong Kong as the number 1, right? Why is that important? It's important because that signifies that the North American version and the European version upcoming were connected to the Asia version. Because there are 3 different versions right now, basically. Maybe 4 if you include Europe. Japan, Asia, and North American or international. And the Japanese version, when it came to Panopticon segregation, what it did is it based it on a whole bunch of different districts in Japan. In this international version, the districts are instead various different cities throughout the world. So Hong Kong, Seoul, Taipei, Tokyo, Kuala Lumpur, New York. In this case, I picked Edmonton because that's closer to Vancouver where I live. But they don't have Vancouver because I don't know why. Anyways, well, that's important. If you have other people around you who have the Asia version, or if you're thinking about online play, well, I don't know how good the netcode is across the sea since I haven't managed to be able to test that, but, well, you do have that sort of longevity, so feel confident that you will be able to keep playing it a few months down the road sort of thing. But also keep in mind that online play is not connected to the Japanese version. Speaking of online play, the Japanese version actually had a separate online pass that you had to pay for. That is not the case with the North American version. For the North American version, to claim your online pass, simply connect to the internet and update. Okay, you don't have to pay a cent for online. You do have to pay $2 if you want to change which home Panopticon you want to represent. I would assume that's just to keep people from hopping between the most popular Panopticons all the time, but, oh well, whatever. There are also a few other DLCs that are available. Alright, next thing I want to bring up with regards to version changes. It's not a case of what's here, it's a case of what's missing. Because in the Japanese version and in the Asia version, you have the option to give the accessory custom responses. You could say, okay, I give the command follow me. And then the default response is something like, now commencing this action. But in the Japanese version, they had a whole system with pitch changes and a whole bunch of other crazy shit. And what it essentially did is it gave you the option to make your accessory say what you wanted it to say. It was primarily designed around Japanese and did have some English input. However, and I haven't actually found the direct source, I'm just mostly hearsay, but the developer has directly confirmed that they omitted that feature in the North American version because it didn't work. And that's apparently the reasoning. I'm confused by that. This is where I'm going to annotate my other video for a second, right to the point where I test the voice emulation system. I use 2 statements. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and she sells seashells by the seashore. I put both of them through the emulator, and my opinion is that in the Japanese version, it can speak English at the ESL level, but it can still be recognizably English. And so I'm sitting here thinking, why did the development team choose to completely omit the feature? Just completely omit it, not even leave it in its English-grish speaking state. I'm genuinely confused by that. The only thing I can think of is Europe, actually, where And then maybe I have to go back and test the emulator in French and German and Polish and Russian and whatever the fuck else. But that's the only reason I can think of, because like, this is a game that is Japanese dub, English sub. There is an expectation that you will hear Japanese things, so the Japanese sounding English shouldn't be an issue, in my opinion. And if it is, then I question the development team's processes, because you kind of just... They had to physically remove it from the game. It would have probably taken less effort to just translate all the menus and leave it as is. Either way, if it was removed, depending on who you are, this may not even matter, actually, for some of you. But to me, this was a major feature that was hyped up. It's even in the user manual. It's in several of the promotional materials, and it was eventually omitted for some reason. I'm not sure why. What was the last thing I wanted to bring up before I would get into a fight? It was the upgrade system, wasn't it? The problem with the upgrade system is that, okay, this isn't actually a problem with the upgrade system, because with the upgrade system, what you do is, let's quickly grab my weapon out of here for a second. That doesn't matter. No. Modify weapon. Like, upgrade weapons is you find materials, you upgrade them. I'm just going to do the modification system, in essence. So we're going to show you... where the heck is it, actually? I know I had it somewhere. After Shadow? No. I think it was this one. Okay. So I put this real modifier earlier. It has 4 full modules. Okay. The blue one is the positive one, the red one is the negative one, and then the 2 gray ones are it has no effect on the weapon whatsoever. I'm just going to put that there. Now let's say I want to add not carry all elements up, for example. But you can see this has 2 modules on it. The other one had 4 modules on it. If I were to then do this, what it would do is it would randomly select the modules from the pool available and then add them to the weapon up to its module cap. In the weapon's case, the module cap was 4. If I were to then add another modifier on top of that, likelihood of critical hits, sure. Now we have a weapon with 4 modules maximum, 4 modules equipped, and 3 modules that are competing with RNGesus for spots. Not only that, but even if the item, the modifier item, you know, Diamond like Carbon L hardness that increases crit chance, even if that were certain, it would still randomly select one of the slots on the weapon to replace it. If I were to combine weapons such that the total number of skills was greater than the number of slots empty or number of slots available, it will randomly select in that pool and then dump it back into the weapon. So you can sometimes accidentally lose the positive buffs that you want. That is a more serious issue. That is mostly also a endgame issue where you want certain effects in order to do certain things faster or something like that. But it is a concern nevertheless. Now, before I get into a fight, I'm just going to quickly change this around. I'm using this loadout because I enjoy playing it, but in order to do things faster, we're going to need to get a bazooka in here, and we're going to need to get my other weapon, which is +2 on levels. It's elemental damage up versus electro damage up, so I don't know. It's slightly better. I prefer this one's moveset too. And let's get on into a fight, shall we? What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to pick a Code 3 mission. Carrier, Quadruped, Desert Cloudy. I believe this one, and Section 73. Just trying to remember which one is the best one. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this one. Type T Ramosa class abductors. It's the tiger wing abductor thing. Like it's a tiger with wings, essentially. It looks pretty cool, so let's just do this one. I think it only took me like 10 minutes last time, so it shouldn't take too long. I hope. Let's just quickly slot in some people. Blah da 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 da. I know. Let's get Kai. Alright, let's go. And I'm just going to show you around the combat system. I mean, the combat system is the combat system. You've seen it in videos. I've also mentioned in my other video, but whatever. Long story short, I love the combat system. I just love this combat system. The freedom of movement is really what defines it more than anything else. The weapon variety is actually pretty damn good. And I'm going along, I'm getting more and more interesting weapons and stuff like that. And the melee weapons, previously I didn't even realize how to charge the attack, so I thought they were all generic pieces of turd. But no, the melee weapons are actually fairly varied in themselves. They all have different movesets, different charge attacks and stuff. Well, you know, it's still pretty varied in that regard. So let's go and beat people up, shall we? Where are they? Yep. Quickly rattle off some oh fuck. Not that attack, I hate that attack. Just keep pelting this guy. Also, he does ride up into the sky and do a big beam attack like that, which can be a little bit scary. But in this case, since you're in terrain, you can just hide behind terrain, and it's not really a big deal. Unless, of course, he does it again, and then you have to go off and run. Got him. Alright, let's start actually attacking them properly now. If you get through them, then the homing laser will just look shiny and never hit me. Haha. Tactics. Let's get out the flare knife. One of the features is part severing. Let's just wait for this guy to settle down. Nope, that grabbed onto his leg, not his wing. There we go. So leap, and you can sever flare knife. Sever is normally only available with light melee weapons, but if you have a flare knife in your inventory, you can use the flare knife to sever, which is particularly helpful against abductors who are actually abducting things, and you need to like retrieve the ally or whatnot or the citizen that's stuck in the abductor. Then it's usually a lot more helpful to have that. Whereas, it just dealing damage and severing things. Like, if you just want to get rid of a part, a lot of the time you're actually better off just smacking the crap out of the part until it breaks. Oop. One, two. There we go. I don't know. I mean, the flare knife is handy if you want to use a different melee weapon other than light melee, but still find the need to do severs. Just drag down because my allies are dragging down. You can CC this guy to the hell. Bleh. Oh well. Also, when you blow up the pod, then they'll get in a different pose, and they'll expose themselves like this. Let's just find some ammo packs real quick. You can see ammo packs on the minimap, which is handy. Also, they will instantly reload your weapon for you, which is also very handy. And this guy's almost dead, so let's blow him up. Get rid of one of his exhaust pipes. That's one down. Now the other one's going to show up soon. What are all these? I have no idea. Oh, they cannot be acquired because my slots are full. Oh well. The carrier Mark II's over there. Let's deal with them. Deal with these quickly, because otherwise they become really annoying. Where are the enemies? Oh, they're all over there. No, that's just a regular all-purpose biped. The one I want to take out is over here. Where's the nearest ammo pack? Behind me. Alright, you deal with them, AI. Oh. Calm your tits. Ooh. Can't get up here, can you? This is the part where he probably tries to do a flying attack. Or maybe I'll just go after my allies, which would be handier. Okay, I can't really do anything from that position. Just get across here. Be a little bit easier to aim. What I found, though, is that a lot of these strong ranged weapons tend to run out of ammo really, really fast. What the heck? How do you get down so easily? Is it because of the bazooka? Also, here's another tactic you can try. Go to the orders, say, cover me. Cover me, what it'll do is it'll automatically cause all the AI allies to start running towards you, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to just start booking it to the other side of the map. And if I've done this right, what should happen is that the fast-moving tiger should start trying to run his way over here eventually. Whereas the slower-moving biped abductor will follow it anyways. Well, that idea failed completely. Never mind. Either way, the AI commands are mostly for the purposes of movement. You don't really want to use them for the purposes of, you know, actually making them do something important. It's just of no use to try and do that. You can't tell them to, I want you to now perform this sort of action. No, that doesn't work at all. What you need to, the only thing it's useful for is movement, but it's still very useful for movement. You can force them to follow you and then they'll say, okay, now go apeshit. It's still pretty handy like that. Oh, and it's this attack again. You just have to keep moving. Where is everyone? Because everyone got KO'd. Get you up. Eh. I hate it when that happens. Thankfully, this guy should be forgetting to revive me. Oh well, my accessory will do it for me. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, there's a limited amount of time that before you can to be revived, but if you're in the process of getting revived, it's too late, which is kind of annoying. Either way, let's get the allies back up. You can shoot them with your thorn, or you can walk up to them and press revive. Shooting them with your thorn is almost always faster. Just quickly get rid of these carrier types. Now I have to go retrieve my accessory before it gets captured, because if it gets captured, then I have to go through a whole other minigame. Or I have to deal with it. Let's get out the frag grenades. Whoa. And it's flying. And doing crazy shit. Okay. Let it land first. Now frags. Thankfully you can't self-damage in this game, so I can just throw frag grenades at point blank range and it doesn't really matter. Where the heck is my accessory? Get Uwe's accessory back up and back to the fight. Where the hell are you? Get the fuck back here. Just do a combo attack, I guess. do. More damages. Okay, let's get back to bazookaing. Where is the ammo? That ammo's all the way over there. Oh, I already have ammo. Never mind. Back to the fight. Reload. I think about bazookas is they do a crap ton of damage to abductors. Unless they dodge. Get the next ammo pack over here. Charge attack, because he's stationary now. And then he immediately roars and deals a ton of damage to me, immediately while I'm in the middle of an animation. Good times. Reload this. Thankfully, big guy can't fit into small space. Unfortunately, small guy can fit into small space. Damn enemy sinners. Kind of annoying, especially in the all sinner missions when they're actually very dangerous. Like, that's the thing. You think that the small guys are like scrubs and something like that? No, they're actually some of the most dangerous enemies in the game, especially in packs. And you can't do the same tactics as you do with the abductors, because that actually just gets you killed. Bleh. Let's throw a spear. He's not coming back over here, is he? Oh well. Oh well, that finished it right there. And that's a mission for you. That took a bit longer than I expected, but that's okay. Go retrieve stuff. Go get all these mats, have the AI start reviving each other. And normally in this time what you want to do is you just want to figure out where all the resource nodes are and then run around grabbing them. Seriously though, I fucking love this thorn. Like, I really love the freedom movement you get with the thorn. It's like Spider-Man almost. 3, 2, okay, whatever. 12 minutes. Wasn't too bad, I guess. Also, what you can do is just, I'm going to quickly get rid of these. Are there any of these that... I can't remember if any of these need to be upgraded. I'll just wait for that later. Alright, well, they just donate that stuff, get the sentence reduction and all that good stuff. Sentence reduction is mostly so you can get through the story, though. Anyways, that's combat. That's everything else. I've talked about online, I've talked about the emulator. Anything else I forgot? Well, story is story. I mean, it's okay, it's not great, it's nothing special, I guess. Now that I can actually understand what the story is, it seems to be building up, and then from what I've heard of the reputation, it seems to build up to absolutely nothing. So, okay then. But other than that, I mean, here's the thing. Let's get to the verdict. Would I recommend this game? Because this is not the full price 5,000 something yen that was talking about with the Japanese version. This is a $30 title, and they also removed the cost of online. Again, a $30 title. Okay, this is cheaper than a lot of the other Hunter options, like, I don't know, Soul Sacrifice Delta, Tokiden, Ragnarok Odyssey Ace, at least until its discount. This is probably the cheapest option. And to me, it has absolutely the best gameplay. Okay? Like, quibbles about customization aside, the gameplay is fucking amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing. Like, that was the demonstration of it so far. That's my playstyle. You can look up on YouTube for a whole bunch of other people doing a whole bunch of different things. But overall, it's just, there's so many ways to just fuck around, really. Just do all sorts of crazy stuff. And it's just great. The freedom of movement really makes this game. So, yes, I would recommend this game. It is a great game for people who want the action RPG style or a shooter style. And it's not necessarily something in the hunting genre so much as it's something that has many attributes of the hunting genre, but combines them with high action gameplay and with really the best shooting mechanics in Japanese hunters. Which is actually not saying much because most Japanese hunters have terrible shooting mechanics. Seriously, trying to use a bow and arrow in Monster Hunter on a PSP. Regardless, though. Like, this is just... I absolutely love the core gameplay, and that's what you should be focusing on. There's online play. I've played online. The netcode for local play has been pretty decent. I have had hosts who have claimed to be from London, or at least England area. And those, I felt no input lag, but there was a little bit of latency there, obviously. But overall, I would say netcode's pretty damn good. You're not going to feel the lag until you see something warp in front of your face. But otherwise, it's, you know, it's pretty good. The online mode seems to be fairly populated, especially considering that it's connected to Asia. And overall, TLDR, the best combat I have ever played in any game, period. At least any action game. And to me, that is more than enough for the $30 title. For a $30 title, even though the story and the customization may be lacking or intentionally neutered in some areas. My name has been B-Sin. Thanks for watching.